Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the newest episode of X-Men 97, Season 2, Episode 4. I love the first 3 episodes of this season. They started off really strong. I think from the first season, maybe Episode 2 with Magneto was probably stronger, but I think the 3 together were really good, and the way that interconnected the timelines, past storylines, not only in the show, but also introducing new characters and comic book storylines was really well done. And just like the way that they're adapting them, it's not like one to one, but it's a pretty like true adaptation of the actual material and like the essence of the stories. So yeah, other than that, I don't waste too much more time and get right into this episode. If you are new to my channel, this will be more of a watch along than a straight up reaction. So if you'd like the audio and or full video, you can sync up your own copy of the episode. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and read the subtitles below me to follow along. I'll just give us a countdown. Three, two, one, start. Alright, let's get it. Wait for a mutant that cannot be trusted. Also, in my own time, I did rewatch this episode and also watch some more reactions and stuff, so I should have a bit more context going into this week's episode. That scene of Bishop popping up was so good. I wasn't even thinking in my head that he was supposed to be here because there was so much going on. Drama tut. Also, I think that chick right there is who in the '90s series, the Thieves Guild was paying tribute to or was, like, worshiping or something along those lines. Um, just a fun little bit of information. Sorry, yeah, very sweaty. I was, out doing some yard work and stuff right before I came in to watch this. Mhm. God, I will never get over just how awesome this opening is. I wanna pay attention to make sure there's nothing new in it, though, because they have been adding new stuff, like, every week so far. I think it'll be the same cast of characters were in the past, though. Uh, X, but they'll probably add new scenes. Sentinels, Bishop traveling through time, Apocalypse, and Sabanur. Oh, that's the one everyone thought was going to lead to Onslaught. Apocalypse Cable, their backstory. Oh, that's from the '90s series. I think in the comics, the one who makes Ship turn, like, more good or turn against Apocalypse is, like, X Factor or one of the teams. I think in the '90s series, Beast became friends with Ship, so that could be a large reason of why it, like, turned against Apocalypse in the future. I love Oh, that shot's also really good. Very much looks like Apocalypse. Um, there's, like, sadness, but it's almost, like, feral, like, beast-like, the way is, snarling. Oh, so everyone else that was around here. Well, we're very much in line with comic books now. He has nobody left. I'm pretty sure in like the first pages of the Age of Apocalypse, the Sandstormers get taken out. Magneto still wants to talk to him. Well, I don't know if he's gonna be willing to listen though. Much rage. Oh, Charles is gonna talk. Prophet. Lies are the weapons of the weak, is what he said last week. Lost travelers. Oh man, considering Charles was the one so against it, he's the one telling him that we're from the future. Think all of the team is for this though. Oh, Apocalypse's survival of the fittest is working for us. There's still a chance that we make and Sabanur better because I'm pretty sure his most like good side was during the Krakoa era of the comic books, which is far in the future, but this show really likes to mix your mash. That's actually true, Bishop. You straight up be time traveling to the past to change shit. The one thing I am worried about though, changing the past so many years in the past, that is such like a big error, like a opportunity for error. Wants Gambit back. Sadly, I don't think that's how Gambit's coming back. I think it's going to be a much darker storyline. Fair. I just think could also be the ones that bring about Apocalypse. Vote casted. Oh shit. I voted is crazy. That's a lot to bet on though. This would make sense why they didn't show up at the same point in time to meet up with the other crew. Proper path, huh? They're kind of setting up conflict or some friction between Bishop and Magneto. 1,000 strong and still suffering from humans are X-Men. Hopefully, can show you something greater. I also wonder if like seeing the X-Men and the branding and stuff is what makes them go so hard into like the Apocalypse branding. Austin. The Celestials falling to you. Apocalypse gaining the celestial technology is always interesting because it's part prophecy, but also like, as far as I'm aware, he like kind of stole it in the comics as well. Hmm. Oh, his mom. I think that might be closer to the comics as well. I feel like because he's not born into slavery. Um, God, and I'm sure worth a lot as their slave. Aw, everyone cuddled for warmth. Well, he's just. Yeah, I was gonna say he can do a lot more than a single man can. Like the task of 100. Oh, and it's just like you can see it in his face, like the frustration and everything building up. This is the Celestial. I fucking love how we're just doing the things. Like we're going full comic book sci-fi, just dramatize. Oh, so we like follow like the constellation to make our way. There's still there's a chance. I don't think it's gonna work as well as we're hoping. So Bishop seems the most against it, Rogue seems most for it, and then Nightcrawler seems more like in the middle. Worried but understanding. Also, Magneto's beard looks really good in this episode. That is awesome. God, his eyes. Oh, Rogan, Apocalypse, and yet, oh, same dialogue. Yeah, someone's not there. Us. Oh, this is. I never could have imagined that this dialogue was between Rogue and Apocalypse. That is true. What is going on in your mind? Oh, what the? What? Where are you? Oh, he's using fucking like. Also, I don't know if we've acknowledged yet. I don't know if we know Ramatut is um I don't know if Charles knows that's Kang the Conqueror or not. Oh, dude, I love the like psychedelic type visuals. Is that? Oh, Victor! I can't believe they acknowledged Nathaniel. It's one of the most confusing fucking. I could. Oh. Oh. Ramatut's trying to. Yeah. That zoom in. Oh, is he gonna show? Oh, I thought he might show him different timelines. That's really. One thing about this is with the adaptation in this, they often simple simplify and oh gamma particles. Oh, oh, I don't blame you. Cool. Sounds worrying. Disrespect. Yeah, I wonder if Bishop could end up being part of the reason he turns as well, because he seems to not trust him at all. have dealt with apocalypse before and seen spaceship ship. Yep. That's so cool. That's what I mean at the beginning of this episode, though, how they tie in previous storylines from the show, but also from comics. Oh fuck. Yep, and this is the mural where we were predetermined to be here. Yeah, we're the ones who cause apocalypse. Oh god. Yeah. That is a hard oh god. Bodied. That should have absorbed some of that though. That is honestly kind of sad that honestly two different people were just trying to manipulate Apocalypse for their own gain. It's the Celestials and the X-Men are both trying to force the yeah. Oh, good shit, Rogue. Oh, Rogue's got to be careful though. She can absorbing Apocalypse will be very dangerous. That is how she saved Angel or Archangel, but I wasn't exactly the oh fuck shit. Teleport him away. Good shit. Ah, blip away again, please. Oh, fucking bodying her ass. Someone stop. Oh, we're not stopping shit. This is the birth of Apocalypse. The way this smoke. And as far as I understand the logic of the Celestials, um, they're bringing an apocalypse to essentially be the reason that everyone on Earth evolves. Oh, that was how they tied in that dialogue line. Because it wasn't him saying that, but is that's what he said that in the original series as well, I remember. That is true. Is he sending everyone but Eric? God, I fucking love Magneto in this show. Oh, Magneto or Charles didn't get out of here, did he? Oh no. Charles and Magneto stuck in the past does not sound like a recipe for a good time. Oh, the cracking of like the chrysalis. Already got the branding with the A. Oh, made himself. Oh, that. This is so fucking awesome. I cannot believe we're getting a storyline this in a fucking like. This is like the absurd comic book type of shit that I loved, and I thought took us so many years in the movies to even get close to this type of stuff. But I love how in animation you can truly embrace just how absurd this is. Blood. The fucking drill. Ever since Gurren Lagann, I can always appreciate a good drill. Bro's just hitting him with the fucking. Dude, his design is so fucking good. Nothing. We're not on good terms with Ship in this timeline. This is far before Ship ever sees the type of apocalypse. Bro's just dipping out of here. We got the full-on Kang design. Oh, fuck. God, with including the X-Men in the Age of Apocalypse storyline, or like the past one, this is so fucking cool. The interconnection between like, especially Magneto and Apocalypse is so fun. Bro, it's something like a fucking black hole. That might be the most diabolical line I've ever heard before. God. Launched his ass away. And that is the last thing Magneto would ever honestly want. God, that effect is awesome. God, they cook with his talking dialogue. Dude, that hug was beautiful. That fun camera work with the 3D. God, it's just ripping the entire city into the black hole. God, first we get to see Cosmic fucking Storm, and now we're getting to see Magneto try and stop a fucking black hole. This is the type of power you never think you're gonna get to see from the X-Men in any adaptation. Magneto has to survive, though. Oh, is he just gonna yank ship into it? It just shot him like a rocket into the sky. Fucking praying. Oh! Oh, the voice. Cutting for it being like so distant and echoey. Oh no. What the fuck is he? Apocalypse's presence is crazy. Everything but the fuck. Holy fuck. The trash talking. Tired. Oh my god, that's so he still has an essence of Magneto in him. Oh, the cutting to the entire, like, day, the light shift. You're a bit late, Bishop. Be creative, I'm pretty sure. What a fucking episode. That reminded me a little bit of fucking episode 5 from season 1. Hey, I don't know if to believe if they really fucking took Magneto out. With this show, there's a really it's comic book, so there's a chance he comes back at some point, but that sequence was incredible. The In this entire episode, the friendship and bond between Charles and Magneto was awesome. Oh, Cap's back. Oh, Black Widow too. This is a Jim Lee panel, right? Or a cover? We're getting our Adamantium back. Oh, one of the X Force or not X Force characters. I'm really excited to see who all comes up with that. Interesting that we're getting like a Weapon X type storyline in this as well. Holy crap, that episode was incredible. But yeah, the bond between Charles and Magneto, that the sequence of them hugging, and also just like their final moments of communicating telepathically, and just like Magneto sending everyone away. I love because one of my biggest problems will always be with comic books is the status quo. It always has to survive, and it often the stories will suffer because of it. This show is so willing to just throw away status quo so quickly, and even though we're adapting storylines, the way they killed off Gambit, which even though Gambit came back as Death in the comics, he never actually died. So the storyline that they potentially can tell, especially with teasing last episode that Rogue was able to, or 2 episodes ago, that Rogue's able to cure a Horseman of Apocalypse. I could imagine a really touching scene of, maybe Rogue and Gambit like, hugging, having a kiss, or like a moment like that. And is a part of what like brings him back to himself because they definitely have set stuff like that up and yeah, just we're really like we're doing the things. Like it is very quickly how fast we go through a lot of these stories. So that's maybe something I could see like a complaint, but the way that the stories are actually like streamlined and combined and everything, they fit so like thematically together. And like for example, this is kind of I can't think of a comic where it might be pulling from like the Charles and Magneto stuff for this. But this Apocalypse stuff and the whole stuff being in the past with Ramatut, which also was just fucking hilarious. He just left and dipped out when Apocalypse came to be. But in the comic books, this storyline is like a Fantastic Four story, if I remember right. Um, yeah, also like a lot of fun lore stuff, and I love how some of these concepts like are introduced in this episode, and I think you could probably follow along pretty easily. But if you know either even just some information about the comic books or the '90s series, there's a lot of fun stuff like this ship, for example, the way this has been built around. I forget her name, but the chick that was working with Ramatut. Um, And, like, everything with Kang the Conqueror and Ramatut was so cool if you know those comic books, because that's honestly a storyline I never thought we would see, even when they were adapting, like, the MCU version of, or, like, we're planning to do, Kang the Conqueror's storyline. I don't think they would ever touch on some of the things like they do in animation, because not only are the visuals easier to showcase in animation, but you can also just do a lot more of the wacky stuff, and it doesn't feel as out of place, and we can get some very comic booky designs and a lot of stuff from the comic books. This whole sequence as well of Apocalypse gaining his power was so cool. Going inside like the mouth and it like absorbing seeing a celestial, like there's so much in this episode that is just so crazy. I love that they're not afraid to do this. Because I feel like so many adaptations of X-Men don't really get to the point where we're in the cosmic elements, the sci-fi, and the X-Men gets fucking weird. And I'm 100% for that. That's a big reason I love like Fantastic Four so much because it also delves into like um this sci-fi, but also like it is sci-fi, but they also tend to lead into like almost more mystical elements and like fantasy type tropes and whatnot. So it's something I really personally enjoy quite a lot. The dialogue and writing in this episode was superb. There was so many, like, awesome dialogue lines. That thing about him having no spine, after Magneto's death and Charles shit talking fucking Apocalypse was hilarious. There's a line about Magneto earlier, like, so well done. The buildup of Apocalypse and his presence is so well done. Because now we have a closer bond with the X-Men in the past and like Apocalypse himself. Um, and I feel like that works really, really well. And you know you're a fucking impressive villain when you can be spread across three different points in time and be super menacing. And like I love that we got a little bit of his backstory, which paints him in a little bit of a sympathetic way, but doesn't excuse his actions or give like forgiveness. Like even like someone like Charles was like fucking essentially say like you were born fucking a villain, which is diabolical for like someone like Charles to even bring a concept like that up because that's essentially like what he's fighting against. But this is a very broken Charles, I would say. I'm so excited to see where we go. It looks like next episode we'll maybe be focusing a lot more on like Wolverine present day stuff. Um, and it looks like we'll be getting a lot more characters and stuff, which will be fun because I've loved um episode 2. I adored in this episode or in this show because the X Factor stuff was so cool, and then also seeing X Force. Um, that's an element that I feel like hasn't really been properly translated a lot of the times is the different X-Men teams and like their differences and stuff. So that was an element I really enjoyed as well. Also, um not only is this sequence I'm pretty sure like a direct like comic book cover, this whole like aesthetic for Wolverine, he's very hunched over. It's giving like more feral Wolverine vibes. They definitely have kept it a little bit less like ugly. Like, I forget if it's I don't think it happens immediately. I think it's a slow progress, but there's a point in the comic books where Wolverine looks ugly as fuck. Like he's got like this like much more feral aesthetic to him, which is not something I personally love. I think what they did um in the future or the yeah, in the future stuff with Wolverine and do like the long hair and everything, that design was so good. I loved it. Um, and all the fighting with the bone claws and stuff was really fun. And I'm excited to see what they do with like how they tie Weapon X and things like that into it. I'm assuming it's gonna be about Wolverine getting his adamantium back, either through like a Weapon X type program, or he'll get it back through Apocalypse becoming um or he becomes one of them at one point in the comic books, and I think that's how he gets his adamantium back. Um, but yeah, so many incredible things in this episode. Let me know in the comments down below your favorite moment, any cool lore or implications that I might have missed or not just mentioned on my first viewing here. I'd really appreciate it because honestly, I don't even mind about spoilers about this show as much because there really isn't spoilers. There's like you could spoil some stuff, but you really don't know how it's gonna be reworked or, like, retold in this version and adaptation, so I don't even mind, telling me, like, comic book stuff that might even happen in this season, 'cause sometimes it doesn't go that way. Like, for example, they were so good at misleading us into thinking the first season was gonna end with Onslaught or, like, going for season 2, and then we ended up doing Apocalypse instead. Um, so they definitely know what they're doing to give even the comic book readers a bit of a twist every so often. Um Absolutely heartbroken if this is the end of Magneto. I assume he'll come back into the picture either in a different storyline or in a future season. I can't imagine episode. Although they took Gambit out in episode 5, but what's this, episode 4? Taking him out? That's kind of diabolical. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch you guys all later, and I hope you enjoyed this watch along. Peace.